sit in my dreams, arm in arm down Burgundy, a bottle and my friends and me.
I feel like you might have got this when you directed me.
Right.
Because I don't really like over-prepping.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, I don't remember that in fairness to you.
But in my head, I'm like, sorry if you're joining us mid-conversation.
Sorry, yeah. We're just sat in the clubhouse, pre-Super Bowl build-up, having a chat.
Correct, yeah. But I've got an audition tomorrow at time of recording, so I was chatting, and Rob was asking me if I was prepped, and I said, I don't really like over-prepping, because I get really stuck in, like, if I overlearn something,
I get that.
My taking direction's a bit crap.
Yes, I understand. And you want to be live, and you want to be fresh, and I think it's a very defining character split. Actually, people who get confidence from loads of prep.
Yeah.
And the other type of people, of which I would put myself into this category, which is you convince yourself that you don't need to do prep because it keeps you free, but also that liberates you from having to put the work in beforehand.
I am exactly... That's me. That's Captain Lockles here. I'm just like, no, I don't really want to do
thrive on the last minute pressure, actually. I'm really better in that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't like being over-prepared because I just think that, you might fuck yourself up. I mean, it's all a massive justification.
I'll have another beer. I don't need to go home and do some work. But there is method in that. I'm taking the piss. I'm being glib. Yeah. But, like, it is true that I feel like I can get really entrenched. And I have done it before. I think towards the end of Warhorse audition, I was so stuck and I just couldn't unpick what I'd learnt in my bedroom, in front of the, you know what I mean? And I was like,
and that is a danger in audition. I think as a director who is also an actor and has been on both sides, you want two things. You want people to come in having done some prep and made a choice so that they're committed to something and it looks like it's been worked on and it's thought through, but then you want them to be open to respond to something you give them so that they can demonstrate flexibility, response to direction, openness to different thoughts.
Because that's a massive part of
the
rehearsal journey.
In many ways, it's the most important thing you're trying to evaluate in a rehearsal process. And the amount of times I've given a contrary note to an actor and you get a photocopy of what they did before, and immediately that says to me, we can't work together because you're so definitive in your choices. It's not going to be creative. So you don't want to be over prepared. I think the phrase you use there is brilliant when you can't unpick what you've done. And so it's striking that right balance. But to credit you, I mean, my perception of you is always, as you do on this, is that you're diligent, you're hardworking, you're professional. You're not just going to let things, you're not going to riff it. I mean, obviously you wing it a lot on this podcast, but I mean, generally when it really matters, you do put the work in.
Well, I've read the book. I read it in 2 sittings, and I'm not a massive reader.
Yeah.
So I read the book in 2 sittings. It's one of... I'm not going to say the book because I shouldn't really talk about what the audition is yet. But I've read the book this is based on. Brilliant book. I've learnt the lines really, really well.
Yeah, well done. Because you don't want to be in your head with the lines.
Yeah,
that's the prep you can do. There's no excuse for not doing that.
But it's my first live...
Oh, you're in the room, face to face?
Well, I'm in the room, but I'm not in the room. It's a Zoom audition.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's real people, real time, but it's not in the room yet. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's in between a self-tape and actually going down to London and being in the room. So I'm sort of...
Well, make sure you're better lit than you are now.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Top tip, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sort of...
For
listeners,
hundreds of social media followers, you'll notice that Jack's a little bit dully lit, but he's wearing a Chicago Bear tops. We'll come to that in a minute.
Yes, I am. But in fact, let's go to it right now because I'm prepped for that tomorrow.
Well, we're sat in the clubhouse now.
Yes.
And we've come to the clubhouse because great atmosphere in here. I mean, Ken has clearly been to Iceland and bought a load of potato skins, either that or they're regurgitated from yesterday's lunch. Loaded potato skins. There is chicken wings galore. There's a lot of barbecue sauce.
Yeah. And buffalo wings as well. Buffalo wings.
I mean, there's wings. I don't know.
Is it wings?
Buffalo wings.
Yeah. It's just Worcester sauce, isn't it?
Yeah. He's just put a bit of Worcester sauce in cheap ketchup. And, there's a good vibe in here. But we have to confess, I mean, don't tell people who care. But we're both going to slip out and go home in a bit, aren't we, and watch the rest of it in bed.
Well,
but it was good to come down and soak in the atmosphere. We'll watch the first 10 minutes and then we're both off home to watch the rest of it in bed. You've got an audition tomorrow.
I've got an audition tomorrow. You're flying out tomorrow.
I'm flying to Frankfurt tomorrorow. I've had an audition today that I'm knackered and exhausted. I just need to get to bed as well. But I'm going to stay up and I'm going to try and watch it. I'm actually quite excited to be cosy in bed because it's a reasonable time tonight as well. Because of the time difference in NOLA, it's not too bad. So I'm going to try and give it a go. I'll hope to get to half time. We're going to do a few voice notes, aren't we?
Yeah,
I mean, how much will you watch?
I'm going to probably do... Well, kickoff's 11:30, isn't it? UK
first
time,
quarter?
Yeah. I'm going to go first quarter.
Yeah.
I might see the first drive of the second quarter and then go to sleep. Yeah, that's probably
and
it, really.
you'd hope... Well, you might get a sense of direction by then. But last year's game was a thriller, as it turned out. So you never actually... No. And of course, this is released on Tuesday morning, as all our loyal fans know. So it's over. I mean, the game is over.
We know.
So we're not going to bang on about the game because there's no point in that. But how many Super Bowls have you actually sat and watched over the years? Do you normally really commit to them?
Yeah, big time. So it's a big thing in my circle of friends that we go to a local... It's actually just like a liberal club with a snooker table and all that kind of shit. And
not anymore.
Well, Rob, why I wanted to record this a little bit earlier is because there was some... I don't want to go into too much details about it because I think it might be under investigation still.
You've got to give some context.
Yes, of course. So the place where we usually go and watch the NFL Super Bowl had a car plough through it.
I mean, that's just horrible and tragic.
Yes,
thankfully, no one's hurt, right?
No one was hurt.
So it's
at
fine.
all.
We can be slightly irreverent.
We can be slightly okay. No one was hurt, so we're just sort of. But apparently, we are still going there this evening.
Are you?
I think
after the clubhouse.
After the clubhouse, obviously.
Yeah.
After my Worcestershire sauce wing. So we might go there. So I'll be there for 10-15 minutes. But it is what I'm saying is it is a really big. The first one I ever did. Did you ever do the? Was it the Clifford in the Jewelry Quarter in Birmingham? Ever been there?
No, I know where you are, but it wasn't a hangout for me, really.
Okay, so it was one of the first. We're talking. I'd have been 17, 18, something like that. Just started drinking, so. It's quite a while ago. So in the game, the American football's got so much bigger in this country over the past, well, how many is that? 15 years, whatever it is, less than that. So that was the first time. It was one of the only few pubs that stayed open all night until the sun came up and showed the game. So I popped along with some friends, didn't really get it, and there were, Buffalo Wings and United States banners, and they were playing country and western music all night. So that would have been then, and then ever since I've sort of watched it with my pals, and it's quite an exciting night because you're up all night, you're having a few beers, you get pizza in, and as more of my understanding of the game's gone on, as I've gotten older and experienced a bit more, it's quite really good fun to watch. And the pageantry of it all, which we have discussed a lot, it's huge over there.
About 123 million people, they thought, watched last year's Super Bowl.
There you go. And it's in every year is slightly ever different. I have said this, alluded to this in previous episodes of the podcast recently. It's not going to be my favourite game because
you've been quite down on it. You're not a big Kansas City Chiefs. You're not a Mahomes fan, are you?
I don't like Mahomes. I think he's a bit of a knob. And I think the Eagles are a bit boring. I do want the Eagles to win.
We both kind of wanted the Lions to get there, didn't we? In a sort of part of us, and they messed it up in the final stages.
A divisional rival in the Chicago Bears,
but they were
I did want the
never
Detroit
going
Lions
to get
there. No, because we're shit. But I do want the Eagles to win.
But also, it represents the culmination of my little mini journey with you that we did an episode right at the start of the NFL season back in October, November time where I committed to watching a little bit more of it, and I have done that this year, and I have enjoyed it. I was
going to say, have you enjoyed it?
I have enjoyed it. I can't profess to fully understand the nuance of it. I've heard a bit of previewing here saying that actually if the Eagles do a good running game, they're going to potentially have more of a chance than they might otherwise have, and it really hinges on whether they're going to do that or not. And I don't really fully understand what that means. I assume it means that they're going to do less quarterbacky, risky, long passes and try and run the game a little bit more.
I'll tell you what they'll do. They'll get the ball to Saquon Barkley as many times as possible, and Saquon Barkley will run for the O-line, and that's it.
Yeah, let's hope
it doesn't
Barkley has
look
a great
like
game.
Whereas the Chiefs will use Patrick Mahomes as a traditional quarterback, one would suggest. So, if Kansas City's D-line can stop Barkley... Yes. See, I'm already doing the bloody euphemisms Americans use. If the D-line, if they stop, if they can nullify Barkley, they're probably going to have the 3-peat. If the... it's fucking horrible.
It's
Really, really irritating.
Really
If the Chiefs
irritating.
can stop, if they can get as many sacks as possible on Mahomes, then they're probably going to shop. So
tackles.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, interesting. Well, anyway, who cares about the game?
Who cares?
It's over.
We'll see what happens,
Just a little prediction thing.
Yeah.
Who do you think will win?
I think
so we can call you out on Monday when it's not.
I think the Chiefs will win it.
Yeah. The
I think the
3-peat
Chiefs
is
will win it, yeah.
oh.
Actually, because let's talk. It's in New Orleans at the moment at the Saints at the. It's called the Superdome, isn't it?
Superdrome. Isn't it? Or Superdome. It's
something
Superdrome or Superdome.
They're equally American.
It's a Superdome. It's currently called the Caesars Superdome, being named many other things. And it will, in this incarnation, become, well, it already is, the venue that's hosts more Super Bowls than any other.
Yeah.
And New Orleans will draw level with Miami as the city that has hosted 8 Super Bowls each. 11 Super Bowls each, and the Superdome has done 8.
76,000 American football fans will be packed into that Superdome, which is probably the biggest dome in the world, I'm going to say. It's a big dome. But you've been to New Orleans and you've experienced that city.
Loved it.
What do you reckon that city, how will it welcome a Super
Well, people
Bowl?
talk about it being one of the best host cities of the Super Bowl. I guess it's been quite frequent over the years, although they've had to wait a long time this time because the last time they hosted it, there was a blackout mid-game where the floodlights failed 12 years ago, and it really shifted the game. The dynamic in the break, the sort of enforced break, really changed the dynamic of the match. So they've had to wait a long time for it. But New Orleans is the most unique of all American cities. It's unlike any other American city. Amazing history, a French colony, then a Spanish colony, then a French colony again, and then obviously a big part of the Civil War in America, a big port in the deep south where lots of slave trade came in. So it's one of the most genuinely eclectic, diverse, historically rich cities in America with lots of different language and cultures and great food and the Creole traditions and everything. Really, really amazing city.
It's almost like immigration and all that kind of stuff
is a positive thing.
It's a positive thing. It's really odd, that, isn't it?
It's almost like it could shape and define a city for the best.
Yeah, and allow communities to come together and create real pockets of humanity and beautifulness.
And like when people collaborate and work together and understand each other, that you could create something greater than the sum of
our parts. Exactly. Robbie Boy with his thing.
Yeah, like it's a positive thing. Yeah, correct. And that really is that city.
Yeah.
That said, it's been a city faced with tragedy. Obviously, Hurricane Katrina back in the day, where the Superdome itself became the place for shelter and accommodate a lot of people through that. Obviously, big hurricane back in the George W. Bush days. Really interesting city. And if you haven't been and you ever plan to go to America, I would highly recommend you go to NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana, or the Big Easy, as it's sometimes referred to.
What was the best bit of food that you ate there, Rob?
Well, they do.
I know I've thrust that on you, but we're talking Creole, so jambalaya.
Yeah, no, there's jambalaya, there's all that
stuff. What's that sandwich that they do? Is it po' boys? Do they po' boys as well?
They do po' boys, but they also do like soft shell crab and all this stuff, which is not really my bag, but I coincided when I was there because obviously the big events in New Orleans are the annual Mardi Gras, which is huge, and then they have Jazz Fest there, which is a big Glastonbury-style festival in the big park there, called Jazz Fest, but it's much more diverse than jazz. And I coincided with Jazz Fest, got a ticket, went along, and just had amazing food at stalls and saw some extraordinary things. So, go if you're ever planning.
You said you went to New Orleans for research for doing the Tennessee Williams plays that we did.
I did.
You just went for a piss.
Not why I went, but for tax reasons, obviously that was an important part to do while I was there. Why do you think I record the podcast from these NBA games when I go to America? I mean, that means I went entirely and exclusively to record the podcast, which is obviously a legitimate business expense.
Exactly. Well, I just remember you sitting in that room. Was it room D at Central?
Yeah.
Just going, I know, I've just come back from NOLA. And guys, you've really got to get yourself out there. Anyway, and I'm like, look, I'm 18 years old. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Right?
But you did a great job then. And, big Tennessee Williams fan. And there's a lot of his short plays and indeed some of his big plays were set in New Orleans, which is what one of the shows I directed Jack in back in the day.
Red Hot. Red Hot.
That's
Do you remember
right.
that?
Yeah, dude.
Red hot. And I'm standing there like...
That was a street seller, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah,
and you were on the
street seller.
balcony. Were you ill, like dying of consumption or something on the...
Something like that. Auto de Fe is the short play, if anyone wants to give it a read. It was some great monologues in it, and I performed them incredibly well, so, which obviously must have done with your... but I didn't really do much work on it, Rob.
Skill, direction. Well, bring this full circle, the amount of prep you did there, maybe you...
If there's any casting directors listen, I do a lot of work. I'm taking the piss, but yes.
And you excel despite that. So, we're going to settle down in the clubhouse. We're going to dig into some wings, and we may do some... we may or may not. This may or may not get to the edit. We'll do a few voice notes just to see how we're feeling and our general mood and relationship to the events. Kenrick Lamar is the halftime show.
Wait a minute, Rob. Here's a really important thing. Let's do a bet.
Oh.
So, the Super Bowl is one of... It's unique in its betting because you can bet on literally everything. So, you've got the football over here. You bet on, first goal scorer or how many yellow cards or anything, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl in American football, you can bet on literally anything.
Number of passes, yards run.
But, Rob, I'm going to go even higher.
Okay.
It goes even deeper. You can bet on the colour of the Gatorade that is thrown on the coach at the end of the match, whoever wins, right? So here's the other one. You can bet on how long the national anthem will be at the start. So should we give it a go?
Who is singing the national anthem? Do we know?
No, should we have a look?
So, for any SNL Saturday Night Live fans, if you ever watch the clips from that, as I sometimes do, there's a great clip of Maya Rudolph, who you'll know from Bridesmaids and various other films. She does a parody of someone singing the national anthem at an American sports event, and she drags it out beyond belief, and it's a great clip. So Google Maya Rudolph national anthem. It's very good. So how long is a normal national anthem?
Well, so it's John Baptiste, who I don't know anything about.
He sounds like someone who could drag it out.
Yeah.
Also, we've got a comment that the Donald will be there, the first sitting president ever to attend a Super Bowl, so that might make him just do a bit more, might it?
Maybe. Or maybe he'll do it quickly because he doesn't
I wonder how long the average Star Spangled Banner is. I'm going to say it's on average between 90 seconds and 2 minutes.
That is exactly what it is. Literally. I'm looking at an article now. So the shortest was 1 minute 34 seconds. The longest is 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Oh, so bang on. Okay, I'm going to go. This is on the longer end. I'm going to go 1 minute 52.
Okay, Rob, I'm going to write this down. 1 minute 52 from Rob. I'm going to go 1 minute 45.
Okay, so we'll do some voice notes, then we're going to come together on Monday, or yesterday as you listen to this, just to debrief on the game, and we'll check in on our bet.
Fingers crossed. Good luck.
Fancy a sort of weak American beer?
He's doing Coke floats, but I don't think that's ice cream, Rob.
God, no. Should we have a Bud Light? Coors Light?
I'll have a Coors Light with you. Weak beer. Yeah, go on. Do you want some Cheetos? Let's get some Cheetos.
Cheetos in a Bud Light.
Okay, come on then. Let's go and get them.
Come on.
All right, folks, buckle up. Super Bowl 59 is here.
Well, I'm all cosy in bed. Oh, sorry if that's conjured a image in our listeners' minds that you didn't want to have. All cosy in bed, pillows plumped up, just watching the end of Breaking Dad with Bradley and Barney Walsh. I've got to be honest, I actually really like Bradley Walsh. I think he's very funny and I love the chase. But crikey, the blind loyalty of trying to promote your kids in their careers. Barney, a comedian, is not, nor a presenter is not, for anyone who's seen Gladiators. Anyway, I'm all cozied up, I'm ready. ITV, I'm slightly worried about ITV's coverage. I'm never a big ITV sport fan, but it's great, it's on free to air, so I'm cozied up, and I'm wondering where you are, Jack.
Well, the discussion here at the moment is how many pizzas to get for the game. I'm in a snooker lounge with about 15 of my pals. I'd rather be in bed, in my own bed, if I'm honest. I'm knackered. We're watching it on Sky Sports, and I've seen Taylor Swift too many times already. Just irritating. But yes, you know me, I'm not really too enamoured about this game so far. But, what I find quite funny about the NFL being played on British television is it just sounds really odd hearing British people with British accents talk about the NFL. Sort of doesn't really fit. I don't know, it's weird. I too like Bradley Walsh as well. I've never seen Breaking Bad, but I can imagine it's a bit forced, that show. Anyway, 51 minutes till kickoff. My mate Steph's not very happy. I don't know if I'm going to make kickoff here, mate.
Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah, it's funny. The pundits are something else, aren't they? I mean, I'm watching ITV, so Craig Doyle is presenting. You've got F.A. Abada, O.C. Umaniora and Jason Bell as the pundits. The three of them are all, very experienced NFL players. But the way that they riff and, they do their pundit, I'm just, in my head, I'm thinking, Martin Keown, Glenn Murray, Robert, who's the goalkeeper. For fuck's sake, I'm so tired. Oh, God, I'll think of another pundit for the edit. Sorry, Jack, I'm terrible here. Who's a funny pundit in there? Danny Murphy. It's hardly comparable. But, that's the cultural thing. It's all good. But anyway, I picked my team because they've just been talking about Barkley and showed a picture of him. It's an arty, naked picture of him on a leg press, squatting in the gym. And Jesus Christ, that man is quite a specimen. So it's Go Birds for me. I picked my team, all about Barkley. Go Birds.
Having an MVP level season, Greg.
He's looking good, huh? Hey, do you want to see how good he looks? Seriously, F.A., this is going to have you in the gym, my friend. There he is, just working out.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what gym that is. The gym I go to, you got to wear clothes, thank goodness. But F.A., look at this guy.
Specimen. I too saw that picture, and yeah, it's quite impressive, really. We've actually got the ITV and the Sky. There's many tellies in here, so we've got the ITV and the Sky Sports coverage. Just Americans are so loud, aren't they? I'm being general. I really shouldn't generalise, but these Americans are very loud. And the guy who's doing the ITV one, wasn't he in a Windows advert or a conservatory advert? I can't remember what his name is. It's just but look, let's be frank, to be there would be an incredible experience. The cheapest tickets apparently we're going for $3,000, which is a little too much, but it still would be incredible. I mean, I'm looking behind their shoulders, I'm looking behind them onto the pitch. The light show is massive. They've got 1 million, those American bands with their, what are they called, marching bands, and now they're showing one of the American football's pundits playing rugby. Oh God. It's just all a bit much, really. I'm too tired for this, Rob. Can we not watch it and just go to sleep? We'll talk about it tomorrow. Leave both of these notes in the edit.
Ooh, did you hear that? So the Chiefs have just taken to the field, led by Mahomes, and there was a big boo in the stadium. So sounds like the neutral are going for the Birds. Did you hear that, Jack?
I'm sorry, Rob, I didn't get any of that because Trombone Shorty is playing music now, so I've got to listen to this.
Oh yeah, Trombone Shorty giving a little New Orleans Nola jazzy riff there to America the Great or something. Anyway, we're coming up to our bet. Oh yeah, here we go with the anthem. First time it's ever been played in front of a sitting president at the Super Bowl. Here we go.
Award-winning artist and composer, New Orleans own, the maestro,
John Baptiste from New Orleans, indeed. He's fiddling with his knobs. Start the clock.
He started slow. We've set a timer on here.
Oh, it's a slightly laconic, riffy version.
Voice,
I think it could be a long one.
Slow down, I'll wait for over 2 minutes.
Have you gone under or over? You've gone over. Those are the bets, okay. Look, it cuts to the players crying. I don't understand.
It's a sort of version that you might hear in a sort of hotel lounge bar. Some fake tears from some of the players there. Nice.
What I don't understand
30 seconds.
Why are they all crying with the national anthem? It's so weird.
It's been rather demonstratively signed by the signer as well, really getting into the vibe. Oh, you've got to do your patriotism in America when you're doing the anthem. 1 minute 15 so far. Patrick Mahomes looking pretty composed. It's just constantly cutting between Barkley and Mahomes like there's no other players on the pitch. 1 minute 30. Land. Oh, he's riffing. That's adding time. Land. The free. Home. Maybe he's deliberately trying to be the longest. That's 1:52. And, it's an interesting final riff. As the planes fly over, that's 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Jack. So, I win. Honestly, the amount of shit around the game. There's 5 honorary captains who seem to be sort of 5 pensioners. I assume they've got something to do with the club. And then there seems to be 4 or 5 captains per team representing for the coin toss. Get on with it. It's called Tails. It is Tails. Tails never fails. What's really interesting is in all the build-up, no one has spoke at all about the Eagles quarterback. Normally it's always about the quarterbacks. I guess that's testament to Barkley, but I literally haven't heard the quarterback mentioned. Anyway, it's about to start. Fucking hell, get on with it. Still more nonsense. They'll be waiting for some Budweiser advert going out on American TV. $8 million people have been paying for adverts to feature in the Super Bowl in America. $8 million. A graphic says winningest coach. Winningest coach. That's an absurd use of English. Winningest, not coach with most wins, most successful. Winningest. Unacceptable. So I think we're finally getting to the kick-off. There's this new rule, isn't it, recently, where they kick off from their own 30-metre line, I think, so that there is a bit more depth in the kick, a bit more room, and the Eagles are going to receive it. And we're off as they, kick off. Well, enjoy the game, mate. I hope you have a good one, however long you last at this rate. I don't think I'll even be at half-time, to be honest. If you do make half-time, maybe we'll have a chat then. Otherwise, enjoy the game, and I'll see you tomorrow. Go Birds!
They finally kicked off, but, I mean, the opening drive has actually been quite impressive for the Eagles. There's already been some dodgy calls, which are not great, but I am flagging. Go on. Break his legs, get involved. Whack, 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 whack. Good lad, get him down. Yeah, sorted. I don't want the Chiefs to win at all, man. They're so absolutely terrible. My mate's asking me here on voice note, so I'm going to go now. All the best. Speak to you tomorrow. Go Birds.
Why are you in Frankfurt?
Oh, I'm here to, change the world with my executive coaching skills, speaking to some lawyers out here in Frankfurt. I'm staying in a really posh old school hotel, though. It's
I can see
proper,
it looks nice.
German, massive room.
The ceilings look very high.
Yeah, it's huge, ridiculously big, really. If you're in a Premier Inn now, you can barely walk around the bed, but I've got I could literally run a yoga class for 6 people in here. Not that I intend to.
I didn't know that your executive coaching allowed you to travel around Europe.
The world, Jack.
The world?
I'm a world leading communications coach.
I'll believe you.
And if any of our listeners are looking for some support for their executive team, then just Google nonfictionpeople.com.
Oh, that's a good plug. Good plug, man.
How was the audition?
You just don't. I've literally. So it's at time of recording right now. It's 5:30.
You always say time of recording,
but it's important to know because it's not Tuesday. It's 5:30 now. I came out the audition at 5:20. So I've literally just finished. I had a quick.
So what's
cigarette.
your instinctive response?
It went well, I think.
Yeah.
I think it did go well. It's really hard to gauge. I mean, you'll know this as well, and many actors will know this. Sometimes you leave an audition room and you go, fucking nailed that, booked, easy, piece of piss.
Done.
And you'll never hear about it ever again. And there's other auditions when you go, fucking hell, I've really ruined that. And 3 weeks later, you're flying off to Copenhagen to shoot it. Do you know what I mean? It's weird.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's tough because it's something that I really, really, really want. So you have to, and I think you may have told me this at drama school. I think.
Yeah.
Once you've done it, it's done. Forget about it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's gone. It's in the ether. It's in the universe. It's not in your hands anymore. So whatever. And I'm usually quite good at that. This one might be a bit difficult because I really want it.
Oh,
it's going to be brilliant.
Really hard. I mean, that's all theory and practice. I mean, God, when I went up for my final screen test at Corrie, which was a Friday, and you know that it's going to be found out on Monday or Tuesday. It's all
you
consuming.
Don't sleep.
No, you really don't.
So it went well. I gave them different options, and the casting director was very. I think she liked the fact that I was transitioning quite quickly between emotional states within quite a small scene, but there's a lot packed into it. So I think she quite liked that. So it will just come down to if I look right, which is probably going to be no. So I probably won't get it, but we'll see.
So do you think that was the first round?
Oh yeah, first round.
Yeah, early doors stuff. Yeah. Okay.
It's not even a massive part, but it's an ensemble piece, so it's going to be a big sort of casting thing, but it's going to be great. It's going to be when I don't get it, I'll tell you what it was, and then we'll all talk about it, how great it was.
Yeah, and slag it off,
even though it will be brilliant. Anyway, so how much did you watch last night at the Super Bowl? Because I got through a quarter.
Well, I got to half time.
Well done.
Then really good. And then I decided to put my TV on snooze for the halftime show, and I remember consciously about 5 minutes of it, and then I drifted out. So I think that's all for the better, really. So in terms of the first, I mean, what a result. Great,
let's talk about
really good.
Fantastic.
Really good result.
Producer Jimbo is going to be buzzing, which is class.
That's
Didn't
great.
want the three-peat. Don't like Patrick Mahomes. Was great to see him cry. Loved it. He absolutely crumbled. The apple crumbled under the pressure, didn't it?
But I also just think, I was reflecting on it and thinking, it's really good for sport, and it's a real testament to NFL that integral to the whole function, which we've talked about at length, the draft system, etc. That it's built to try and build equity over time and try and prevent too long a dominance, which means that when people do dominate, that's amazing, and that's to their credit that they can build these little legacies. It's great that other dynasties, and as a consequence a legacy, then they can that it means that other teams can get their moment in the sun.
You're so fastidious sometimes, Rob.
I mean, that's a nice word for saying it. Wanker and pedant would be other ones.
Pedant, that's good.
But yes, I was really pleased with the Eagles, and I thought it was really interesting to see the game play out. Actually, it was quite a tactical first quarter. I thought that there was slow pressure coming from the Eagles. They were really they kept going to Barkley, who was struggling to get anywhere really. He was only picking up like 2 and 3 yards at a time, which must have been frustrating for him. And I was sat there thinking, if everyone's going to expect Barkley to be running as he was, then why don't you go to someone else that they perhaps haven't planned for?
Well, that's what they did.
Well, they eventually did.
They did, yeah.
They kept giving to Barkley, who was clearly getting frustrated that he couldn't penetrate in the same way. But then, they just launched the odd pass and cleared the decks and just went over the top.
I think that says quite a lot about NFL tactics, that it is very, 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 very particular and sort of nuanced every single play, and you're really trying to outmaneuver and out-tactic the opposition. It's really quite fun to watch. But another thing about the NFL, which I haven't really spoke about, and why I don't really like the Chiefs, there's a big idea that the officials really help them out. It's Fergie time, it's Man United sort of thing, and you're watching it, and there was a few rough in the passer calls, but weren't really on. I think a couple of offsides from the Chiefs were kind of thrown away and not really thought about.
But they also got penalised for them. They gave away stupid penalties and things, which I think is uncharacteristic. So
it was great to see that as well, that the some of the officiating wasn't as bad going through the game, and the Eagles were class, and they deserved it. And have you watched any of the videos of Philadelphia over the past 24 hours?
No, have they gone mad?
The whole city has just... It's gone insane.
That's brilliant.
It's incredible. They've taken over the whole city. The atmosphere must be amazing there. I saw a tweet the other day, not a tweet because I don't go on that shithole. Anyway, I saw a meme the other day that said, I guarantee, after the end of the match, I guarantee the drunkest man in the world right now is in Philadelphia. Which it must be so true. It's mad.
Yeah.
So it was a good game. So yeah.
Well, yeah, it was great. It's great for that city. It was a good game, and I thought it was a good showcase for strategy and moments. Yeah. And also I liked it that, as a quite naive, new-found fan, that even though Hurts obviously got MVP and did well,
it felt like so many players shined. You know, there was amazing defensive plays.
Devontae Swift had a great game.
Yeah, the interceptions, the blocking. I don't know if this is all the language, but it felt like actually it was a real team performance, whereas sometimes it can feel like it's just dominated by the star quarterback or whatever.
Totally agree.
So I thought that was great. It was quite schadenfreude to see sort of Kelsey mess up quite a few times.
Yeah, she got booed.
Poor Taylor got booed. Yeah, I was shocked by the dominance of the Eagles fans in the stadium. It felt like they really dominated.
Well, I saw again this morning that it was like 80% Eagles fans in the Superdome. So
yeah, maybe the KC fans just are taking their Super Bowl presence a bit for granted.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, it was great, and I really enjoyed it. I'd love, the timing to work out, so you could sit and watch the whole thing at some point, because I did go to bed thinking, could this be a Brady-esque comeback?
Yeah.
As was the case about 4 or 5 years ago when it was like 27-0 or something at half-time and Brady threw it back into the game. Yeah. I thought that could happen, so I'm glad that didn't happen. Otherwise, I'd have been really annoyed. I missed that.
We will watch the whole thing. I mean, if I didn't have an audition today, I would have stayed up until 3 o'clock in the morning and watched it. But we're both busy boys, aren't we? Thoughts on Kenrick Lamar?
I didn't I've seen his jeans. Thought the outfit looked a little bit sort of ill-fitting, if I might say. I didn't think it was the best curated outfit I've ever seen. Apparently, the reviews, people seem to enjoy it. He sort of flirted with the Drake ribbing. He got there in the end.
Flirted? He really did it. It was pretty hairy. Yeah, I thought it was good. And Serena Williams came on and did a dance.
That was a nice little turn.
That was cool.
I tell you what, did strike me this week. They used the Super Bowl week to launch the venues and home sites for the overseas NFL games for next season. And what caught my eye was, there's a game in Dublin, but the Miami Dolphins, are going to be playing at the Bernabeu in Madrid. I mean, I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Do you want to go?
That would be I would love to see the Dolphins in the Bernabeu.
Well, my best mate actually is a Steelers fan, so we're all booking hotel rooms in Dublin.
Yes.
And if we get tickets, we get tickets. If we don't, we don't. It will sell out in seconds. It literally will sell out in seconds. But the second one to that, if you fail on that, the Bernabeu. I've never been to the Bernabeu.
I know, that would be amazing.
That'd be cool. Who are the Dolphins playing? Did they know yet?
I don't think they've announced any of the oppositions. They've just sort of announced who the home team is. So we'll have to keep an eye out for ticket release for that sort of stuff.
I also think in our lifetime, I was saying this last night with my friends, there will be a Super Bowl fight. There will be a Super Bowl overseas, and I would be not surprised if it was in London.
Yeah, that's possible.
At some point. So
and, we talked about it before, but they do sometimes talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars possibly relocating to London, don't they, sometimes, as an actual franchise?
Well, again, another friend of mine last night is way more well-versed on NFL than I am, was telling me that apparently the NFL they ran a league in Europe. It was NFL Europe, and they had a league, but it didn't catch. But
it didn't quite take off, but I think wasn't
over
the
past
time
15
really.
years, over the past 15 years, 10, 15 years, it's got huge over here.
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to tell you that I don't like about the Super Bowl and NFL and all this kind of stuff. So they're doing all the interviews with the MVP, Jalen Hurts, and the coaches and all that kind of stuff. Congratulations, blah, blah, blah. There's confetti, the holding the Vince Lombardi. And they kept saying to them, congratulations on being world champions.
Yeah.
What? What do you mean world champions?
Yeah.
It's not world champions because it's just America.
Yeah, well, they do it with baseball as well, don't they? That you're the world champions in baseballs. They do it in the ice hockey. It really
pisses me off. I'm like, where do you get up? Man, Liverpool are not the world champions of football if they win the Premier League this season. Are you insane? It's so, dare I say it, it's so American. World champions.
To the arrogance, unfortunately.
Well, the arrogance and the insecurities, really, if we're talking about it.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. World champions. Well done. You've won your cup. Now just stay over there, all right? World champions.
So I think a good night. I'm sorry we couldn't get through it in total, but apparently the clubhouse, there was about 6 people left at the end, which, is pretty good. 3 of those were drunk. One of them... Yeah, I think it's fallen asleep at half-time, and I think there were 3 particularly active fans who were escorted out at 4 a.m. So,
well, that's 3 more that were there last year because we're building, Rob. That's the whole point.
Build it, and they will come.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So we're going from the world
championship of NFL this week, and next week we're dropping down the leagues of English football as Jack goes off to take up his spot in the box at Halesoe in town, and I accompany a couple of my mates down to AFC Wimbledon versus Bradford City, which we went to a couple of weeks ago, and so we're going down exploring what it means to be a dedicated follower of football.
We cover all the corners of this, don't we? We really do. It's just insane. Where are we going next? Like Tiddlywinks finals or something? That's pretty niche. Where's next?
Brill. So have a good week. I hope there's good news coming. Audition way. Let us know how you get on, and we'll see you in the clubhouse next week.
Fingers crossed. Well, yeah, have a lovely time in Frankfurt as well. And
thanks.
Do you speak German?
Schnitzel. 9.
Do you speak German? 9.